Remember, I was in high school and they wanted to take me and my mom out to lunch to this new Mexican restaurant that they had found. They talked it up pretty well, so I was excited. So was my mom. We got there. It wasn't too crowded, but we were probably there at like 3 p.m. for dinner, so not a big deal. I ordered one of their combo plates where you can get a little bit of everything because I wanted to see what they were about. And what struck me as odd was that they started bringing out everything separately. The first thing they brought me was a tostada shell with a single piece of American cheese melted on it on like a regular sized plate. My first thought was, this does not bode well. And it didn't. It was disgusting. I don't know why they were so excited about this place. I think because it was a good deal. We all know how they are about deals, don't we?
Hold on. Who is it you're talking about?
What do you mean, who am I talking about? Bob and Joyce.
I don't think sweet for Grandpa.
But you have to look at where he came from. He's so shiny.
Long time. Told you that, so you just shut up.
A guy can't sit down and figure out socialism doesn't work.
Yeah,
And he's running the Catholic
yeah,
Church.
I know.
Would you put that away?
I'll be damned if he's not the funniest guy that I've met.
Don't be fooled. She's not who you think she is.
I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. In my heart I have but one desire, and that one is you. No other will do.
Robert and Joyce met while attending St. Anthony's High School. One lunchtime, he admired the pearl ring her father had brought her from Anahuac. Bob sure did have a thing for women's jewelry. From there, things blossomed. Bob and Joyce's first date was a picnic at Cherry Park with 2 other couples. Joyce brought fried chicken, a favorite of Bob's even to this day, and potato salad. As is typical with Joyce, she upstaged the other couples as they had only brought sandwiches. No wonder Bob married her. While Bob attended Loyola University, he worked nights at a movie theater. Joyce would take the bus, which stopped right in front, to visit him. Let's be honest, those long bus rides were probably more motivated by the free movie tickets than seeing such a strapping young lad. Bob would let her sit in the better seats and talk to her when he was not busy. Then they would get something to eat afterwards. Societal norms be damned, they were not formally engaged. But a month before Bob's school break from Loyola, they decided to get married. He was 18 and she was 17 years old. After marriage, they lived in a 1-bedroom trailer with no bathroom and no hot water. Talk about simple living. For the first month, their trailer was parked in Bob's parents' backyard. They welcomed their first child, Stephen, who was born while they lived in their little trailer. They bought their first home in Inglewood, California, a small house with a large lot in the back. fledgling moguls at the time, they eventually built an apartment on the lot to rent out. Bob continued to work his way through college for an electrical engineering degree from USC, one of the most corrupt schools in the country. He worked at various technical and engineering positions at Western Electric, Hughes Aircraft, and TRW in Lytton. But who are Bob and Joyce?
Joyce is quite the baker. I mean, one of my favorite cookies that she makes, I don't even know what they're actually called because my mom never liked them, so she always would call them sawdust cookies. And to me, that's just what they were, but they're delicious.
Of Mom is the time that we went to Disney World, and Dad was whining because he didn't get to go on a particular ride because he was doing something else at the time, and so we just told him, oh, you don't want us to wait, it's a kiddie ride, so we're just going to go on it. And later he found out it was a really good ride. It was the Buzz Lightyear ride, and he kept whining, why did you tell me it was a kiddie ride? That's a fun ride, I wanted to go on that ride. And Mom told him, we told you that, so you just shut up.
You could trouble me for a warm glass of shut the hell up. Now you will go to sleep, or I will put you to sleep.
And I found that hysterically funny because I've never heard my mom say anything remotely like that to my dad.
Joyce Leotis Ernst Kirby, born June 23rd, 1938 in Show Me State, Missouri. Joyce was so popular in high school, she even became senior prom princess. I know you may be thinking this is not as good as prom queen, but let's be honest. Who wants the responsibilities of a queen? Joyce was a full-time mother until her youngest child, Michelle, started grade school. She then started work at Bank of America as a teller. She worked her way through the banking ladder for 18 years until she eventually retired to get her real estate broker's license. But where did Joyce begin her wonderful life?
I would describe Grammy as just the sweetest, most undercover, ruthless person I've ever met. Grammy is just so sweet. She's just everything you would think of when you think of a grandma. She's loving, caring, never raises her voice, will give you good advice. She's just your, the perfect grandma.
I would describe her as a very passionate person, a very strong person, someone who's very financially savvy.
Even though I work in finance, I'm pretty sure I'm one of the only people that can confidently say the following phrase: my grandma trades options and does it better than you.
Hold on, I'll keep your hand on the plow and hold right on.
To those of you who think Joyce is a very sweet, innocent person, don't be fooled. She sent us a photo last week of a sculpture that reminded her of Nyla, and it happened to be a live photo, and when we played it, there was a hidden message in there.
know them prophets is dead and gone. Keep your head on the plow and you'll ride on. Hold on, hold on. Keep your hand on the plow and you'll ride on.
My first memory of my mom, I think I was probably around 3. And I remember in the afternoon, she would stand in the back in the corner in the family room with a laundry basket of laundry and iron. And I remember it would be so boring, and I'd just be dying for my brother and sister to come home from school so there'd be someone to play with. But I do remember her doing a lot of ironing.
My first memory of Joyce, she actually came to visit Michelle when we were living in Davis, going to college. And we went out for a picnic, and we're sitting out on the grass. And I remember Joyce telling Michelle to sit like a lady, that she needed to cross her legs. So I found that pretty funny, very motherly of Joyce.
Right on. Hold on, hold on. Keep your hand on the plow and you hold right on. I got my hand on the gospel plow. I won't take nothing from my journey now. Keep your hand on the plow and you hold right on. Hold on, hold on. Keep your hand on the plow and you hold right on. Hold on, hold on. Keep your hand on the plow and you hold right on.
So I do work for them about once a week. What's it like working for my grandfather? You know the movie Prince of Egypt, when they have the people building the pyramid and they're whipping them? That's the tame version of what it's like. I can't talk about it.
Alright, turn the camera off.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog, you're crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Robert Dean Kirby, born October 9th, 1937 in Illinois. Bob's determination and drive was unmatched by just about anyone. From confronting terrible teachers in college to use grades for power games, to making the government bend to his every whim at work, he is quite the specimen. A powerhouse in the engineering field, Bob still found time to be a loving father. Well, occasionally he would have to throw his son Steve to the ground after dodging a punch and telling him to come back when he thought he was tough enough. Classic Bob. While technically born in Illinois, he spent most of his childhood in Louisiana. That's right, he's a Louisiana boy through and through.
the most ridiculous G-Bob stories is when we were in Colorado and he wanted to get pizza for the whole group. So he went to the pizza place with the intentions of picking up half of the pizzas and then telling them he wanted the other half delivered in 20 to 30 minutes so that they were hot when they arrived. I'd never heard of such a thing, and I'm sure that the pizza place did not either.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. May God have mercy on your soul.
I remember Matt went with G-Bob, and it took longer than we all expected, and when Matt came back, he was just like, those hippies hate us.
When we used to go to Falling Springs in the summer and rent a cabin for, I don't know, a week or so, and we would go on hikes with Steve and Celeste, and of course I was much younger, so I would get tired, and so I'd probably start whining, and then Dad would pick me up and swing me around and set me on his shoulders, and then I'd put my hands around his neck and under his chin, and then he would just walk and let me ride, and I loved that because then I was higher than everybody else, and it was really fun not having to walk anymore.
I think everybody knows that G-Bob likes popcorn. I remember when we were little and we were told that you could only eat one piece of popcorn at a time. When G-Bob was doing this, he was technically only eating one piece at a time, but it was the fastest I've ever seen somebody shove popcorn into their mouths.
Competitive, funny, and also...
Sweet. Oh, I don't think sweet for Grandpa.
Well, you get
Yes,
his sweet side
Yes.
because you're so.
One time he wanted to take a picture of his brand new stereo, so he put me in my infant seat and put me in front of the stereo and then used me as an excuse to take the picture of his stereo.
When Brian and I were little, we were playing in the garage and stumbled upon a hand-carved wooden middle finger statue. We were in probably middle school and thought it was hilarious, and then we actually discovered a second wooden hand-carved middle finger. So G-Bob and G-Joyce clearly have something about the middle fingers.
Dad worked a lot, but he did go on some vacations with us. He was always there for the holidays, and so my special memories are when we all went on vacation together. I remember driving down to San Juan Capistrano one time, and he was carrying Michelle up on his shoulders, and then all the birds were flying all around. And I remember him taking us to Palos Verdes to see the tide pools really early in the morning. I always thought that was really fun. And I especially remember that trip we took to Baja California, all 5 of us in a VW Bug with our duffel bag luggage under the front hood of the car. Michelle stashed behind the back seat in that little storage area there. That was really fun. And
he wasn't that interested in holding me as an infant.
We got to find sand dollars on, they were all over the beaches, and that was neat. And then we bought that deck of playing cards that had the weird suits, and we were just laughing. We were in that little beachside cabana we had, or whatever we rented there and everything, and we were playing cards and laughing because they weren't the normal suits. They were like cups and coins and gourds. I don't know, but we just thought that was really funny. They were Mexican playing cards. It was funny.
Oh, G-Bob. First time I met G-Bob, I walked into their house, the very first time. Walked into their house, he looked me up and down and asked me if I needed money to buy new pants because I was wearing ripped jeans.
What the hell?
Needless to say, I haven't worn those pants again around him.
So he's funny, he's tough, he's a very strong person, he's driven, he's done a lot. And I admire his stamina and his drive. And for the most part, he views himself as the alpha male in the room, except when he's at my house and I'm ready to eat.
In 1972, Bob and Joyce moved to Thousand Oaks, California with all 3 children. It was not until the year 2007 that they would begin uplifting their roots and moving to the great state of Texas. They split their time between Thousand Oaks and San Antonio at first. I guess the Texas heat was a little too much for them. Eventually they said toodaloo to California, and now reside full-time in Texas. It was time for Bob and Joyce to sit back, relax, and remember the great life they had lived so far.
Started on the whiskey pretty early this morning. That's alright. I was up all
Some of the things that I most remember are the fantastic Thanksgivings and Christmases that we had. We always felt so welcome in your house, and everything was always decorated so nicely, and we would have great meals and fancy treats with homemade candies. It was just absolutely fantastic. It was one of the best situations for the whole year, looking forward to this beautiful time with family in your home. It was just fantastic.
One time we were in Florida on vacation with G-Bob and G-Joyce, and it was a Saturday evening, so they were looking at all of the Catholic churches in the area to go to Mass, and the only one that they could find was a Spanish Mass, and they said that they would go even though they wouldn't understand anything that was said.
Raising hell with the hippies and the cowboys. They don't care about no trends, they don't care about songs that sell. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be gone, so tonight everybody just sing along, raising hell with the hippies and the cowboys. I've been standing on the outside for all of my life, but I like the view. I'm not.
My fond memories of both Bob and Joyce was my first big family meal with the family. Michelle and I hadn't been married yet. I was invited to a Thanksgiving dinner. I came to their house in Thousand Oaks, California, and it was a beautiful spread of food, lots of family there. And during the meal, both Bob and his father, Grandpa Kirby, were teasing me that after dinner they were going to pull out the book of catechism and instruct me on the Catholic Church.
I do want everyone to feel comfortable. That's why I'd like to talk to you about Jesus.
So I found that pretty entertaining. And then as the meal ended, I had seconds, if not thirds, of the food. It was so delicious. And that's when the cleanup started. And I realized then that Joyce had accepted me and made me feel comfortable for the fact that she directed the cleanup of the table while I was still eating. So funny, but yeah, I felt very at home. So that was nice.
I remember making the gingerbread house with Grandpa Bob, and we could not, for the darndest, get the gingerbread house to stick. So I'm pretty sure we ended up improvising and using glue. But I had a good time doing it, even if Emma didn't.
All of us have fond memories of playing games, especially card games with G. Bob and G. Joyce. When Brian and I would play games, we would usually try to cheat and to beat the other person, and then at the end we would let them know that we did cheat. And I remember when I came up with a way to cheat at Uno, and we were playing with G. Bob and G. Joyce, and I thought that it could be fun to cheat and then let them know after the fact, but then we know how seriously they both take playing games, and I came to the conclusion that they would not find it amusing.
Hey you, hey come here you. Hey look, is this a joke?
No, chef.
Yeah, do me a favour. Get out!
Yes, chef.
Off, will you? Get out!
Yes, chef.
Upstairs! Get out!
When we'd come over, Dan and I would race upstairs to see who could get the cowboy gun first. That was always fun.
One of the best fond memories that we have of you guys will always be the anniversary dance at our wedding. It really means a lot that, at the end of the day, both sets of my grandparents were the last one standing. Really is a testament to where I came from and just how important marriage is to this family.
No earthly way of knowing which direction we are going. There's no knowing where we're rowing or which way the river's flowing. Is it raining? Is it snowing? Is a hurricane a-blowing? Not a speck of light is showing, so the danger must be growing. Are the fires of hell a-glowing? Is the grisly reaper mowing? Yes! The danger must be growing, for the rowers keep on rowing, and they're certainly not showing any signs that they are slowing!
You've been married a long time. So good job. Good job, and happy 65th anniversary. We love you.
Love you, Mom and Dad.
65 years? Me.
Mom and Dad.
Hi guys, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary!
Happy anniversary!
Can't believe G. Joyce put up with G. Bob for that long.
Happy anniversary, Grammy and Grandpa!
Happy 65th anniversary!
Congratulations!
We love you so much. We can't believe that it's been 65 years. That's such an incredible inspiration.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
It's so amazing that you've made it this long. It's something that we can only hope for our marriage. And thank you guys for being a great example of what a loving couple should be like. We love you guys, and we're looking forward to moving down there and being able to spend more time with everybody. Happy anniversary, Mom and Dad.
I would describe Mom as loving, a great cook and baker. She's a wonderful hostess. She's a very positive and optimistic person, and she takes her card games very seriously.
Mom was loving and kind. She was creative. She always thought of fun things for us to do, like making mud pie. Like that, selfless. She seemed to have never-ending patience and energy. I don't know how she did it, but she did. And they complement each other. You guys complement each other perfectly.
I would describe Dad as intelligent, hardworking, a good provider, very funny. He's very loyal. He's all about family. He loves to host a party, whether it's in the house or if you're standing out on the driveway and people are walking by, in like 5 minutes he's got a party going on.
Dad would be loyal, steadfast, industrious. He always worked really hard, and fiercely protective of his family. He was always there and always wanted to provide for us, and he was always, protecting us against, harm. And
Atop the crags and cliffs the air is thin, so we'll find a mountain path on down the hill. Meet me where the snow melt flows. It is there, my dear, where we'll begin again. Skip and stone, braiding hair, last year's antlers mark the trail. Take us back, oh, take us back, oh, take us back. Take us back, oh, take us back, oh, take us back. I've a friend who lives out by the river's mouth. He knows the fiddle's cry is an old sound. A lonesome bow, the creaks and moans of empty houses are songs like falling rain. Wind-blown buildings, muddy ground, the strength of water can sink a man. Take us back, oh, take us back, oh, take us back. clapping where the children grew. All that we have known will be an echo of days when love was true. Muted voices just beyond the silence.